Oh, you ain't gonna do it. This Disney, baby. You ain't gonna do it.
Don't do it, Mark.
Oh, is it?
Stop it. Stop.
What up, Chillamites? Welcome back to the channel. New faces, I appreciate you clicking on the video. We'll be back here weekly for Moon Knight reactions. But today, episode 3, we're coming off a great episode in episode 2. They gave us a lot to digest. Still kind of cycling through all the info just because I'm new to the character. But you guys down below in the comment section have been helping me a lot. So keep dropping those comments. I'm still going to be reading those comments in this reaction. I'm just going to push it to the end of the video after the post-episode discussion. So stay tuned for that. Episode 2. Got a bunch, like I said. We found out that Arthur was a previous avatar of Khonshu. I'm still figuring out how that works. Mark took over the body. We ended up in Egypt at the end of this, or at the end of last episode. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do here. Maybe we're just meeting up with, or to stop Arthur because he's got the scarab now. Layla, I'm not sure exactly where she's at right now. I've got questions as far as these identities, obviously, and I'm starting to think that these personalities are their own entities, so to speak, if that makes sense, because we've seen a couple instances where we've seen their reflection, even though the body is in place. So like, for example, in last episode we saw, and I saw a part of a comment, one of you mentioned that the suit Moon Knight is called Mr. Suit, or excuse me, Mr. Knight. So a scene with him when he first transformed and looked in the mirror, Mark got kind of like fell on top of, like the physical body did, but his reflection was still there. So I'm starting to think that they're kind of separate. I don't know if they can act on their own, but just something I'm thinking about. And then another thing is, when Mark is in control, it seems to be that he transforms into Moon Knight. And when Steven's in control, I'm thinking that Mr. Knight will be his transformation. So yeah, there's that. And I guess that's it. So as far as questions and things I'm thinking about going into this episode, but this is an hour-long episode, so we're gonna get straight into it. We got episode 3. The name of this one is The Friendly Type. Let's do it. She being interviewed by the policeman?
No, he's
oh, fake ID. Who's making it?
That's why you look so unhappy to be going home.
Oh, home. She's from Egypt. Oh, so okay, Mark met her there.
I might keep a few to pay the bills.
Clever you.
Damn, I'm surprised they even showed this. They just showed the whole process of breaking the law, making illegal identities and shit.
I wonder what your father would think of his little scarab now.
We'll never know.
Just avoid your old haunts. Call me sentimental.
What trouble is she tangled up in Egypt?
Have a good trip, love.
Oh, so she just had a passport made with her actual identity, Layla. The fact that she just had a passport made is confusing me a little bit. And she had it done illegally. So I'm wondering, is Layla not her actual name? Does she have DID too? Dissociative disorder? Damn, they found her already. I guess 6 episodes. This show ain't playing as far as pacing. What the hell? Where the hell is Mark at? Thought y'all were supposed to beat him here. Okay, there he is. And I'm assuming this is still Mark in control right now. Ooh. What the hell? Oh, he got to do something about this. He can't just pass. Hey.
Oh, what are we dancing? We fighting? What are we gonna do?
Is that really like an Egyptian Egyptian fighting style, or are they just doing that for the sake of the show? I know I've seen like Bollywood films and they got like a certain type of movement to them. I don't know if that's the case here though. Ooh. See, y'all doing too much. If you wouldn't have licked the blade, he wouldn't have got you. He wouldn't have snuffed you. Ooh. You ain't gonna do it. This Disney, baby. You ain't gonna do it.
Don't do it, Mark.
Oh, is it?
Stop it. Stop.
Oh, Steven's taking. Oh, okay. So is like Steven the portion of the scene that we're not gonna see now?
Let me talk to you. That wasn't me. Let me talk to you for a second.
Oh, or is this somebody else? Is this another identity? Oh, it's definitely not Steven because he doesn't have the accent. It's either Mark or somebody else. See, if y'all wasn't in this crime life, y'all wouldn't be running from the damn Moon Knight right now. Okay. Okay, it's Mark, I think.
Mark.
Yep.
That's enough.
Ooh. Gee. Ooh.
Oh, God. Steven, what did you do? I swear it wasn't me. Then who was it?
Uh-oh. We got another identity.
Take him to the ledge.
He's just a kid.
The
He'll
ledge.
talk.
You gonna hold him over the ledge? And the fact that it's called the ledge, is this what this ledge is actually used for? Interrogated and torture?
Where's Harold? Where's Harold?
Oh yeah, damn, he not even holding him by his body.
Where's Omid?
Oh, I knew he gonna cut it. Damn. Sheesh.
I thought he'd talk.
I don't know why I like Khonshu so much. Just probably because the Death Note comparison I made. Jess, you confirmed that for me. But I like that comparison or that similarity between those two.
So, what about the other gods? Are they just gonna stand by and allow somebody to unleash?
That's what I'm wondering. How many other
The
gods
signal
are
for
there?
an audience with the gods is to risk their wrath.
What? Well, what's the worst that could happen?
Anger them enough. And
Destroy
they will
the damn
prison
world.
me in stone.
That ain't so
Sounds
bad.
so bad to me.
Yeah, that's
See how
right.
you fare against sending the gods a signal they can't ignore.
Oh damn, it's like a bat signal. I guess I have heard that comparison, like, but I've heard Steven is like the Bruce Wayne of Marvel.
No matter what happens, keep digging.
He knows exactly what he's doing, I guess, since he was previously his avatar.
I'm about to be called upon. It's a bit of
Oh, so he's not the avatar for Ahmet yet, but that's what he's trying to do, I take it.
Gods, they banished me. Our case against Harold must be indisputable.
So he's
Aren't
got
you coming with?
He just said he's banished. His character. I love the design of everything in this damn show. The Khonshu, the damn Moon Knight suit, the Mr. Knight. They doing a hell of a job with this. Something like this you would think could be too cartoonish coming straight from the comic books, but it's looked great so far. Who was that? Ooh,
Khonshu's theatrics are unparalleled.
are these other avatars?
You must be his avatar.
All right. And who are you?
I'm Jatsil, avatar of Hathor,
Okay.
goddess of music and love.
Music and love.
Surely Khonshu mentioned her.
I like both of those. Let me stop.
Other gods aren't.
Hathors.
As far as I know, the only melody Khonshu enjoys is the sound of pain. Yahtzee.
No, I already know I ain't gonna like this guy. The one in the suit.
Has Khonshu told you how this works?
Not really.
I want to know why he got banished.
Spare me your self-righteous threats!
Damn.
I was banished for not abandoning humanity unlike the rest of you.
We have not abandoned humanity.
Okay.
For the last time, Khonshu, the avatars that remain here are simply meant to observe.
No,
We
so
decided long ago
he just interfered
did
too
not
much.
wish to meddle in the affairs of man.
We will
It sounds like the
decide
Eternals a
on
little
Khonshu.
bit. I guess that's just typical for gods in general. Oh shit. Oh, so has he done it already? How's he in here?
The purposes of our meeting must be nefarious. You know exactly why we are here!
Oscar Isaac is killing this role.
Not trust the word of a shamed god. No, Khonshu is unhinged, and his servant unwell.
He's not even really a shamed god. He was doing the right thing, just not in your eyes.
Who literally does not know his own name. He has a marriage certificate under the name Mark Spector. Employment records under the name Stephen Grant.
Damn.
I've seen him speak to himself. Shut up! Threaten himself.
Arthur coming with those facts.
I have no idea how many personalities he must possess. The man is clearly insane.
We will not
Ooh.
tolerate violence in this chamber.
But everywhere else you will. Okay.
The way he aspires to abuse this court. Take action now before it's too late.
I wonder, did Khonshu pick him? Because I know he said he was like a corpse in Egypt. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm wondering if Khonshu or Honshu kind of preys on the weak like that. People with these mental or DID are easier to control. So maybe Layla does have the same disorder, and that's why he's or she's like his backup plan. You won this round, Arthur.
Mark, there is another way.
Oh shit, you about to get banished too.
I'm looking for Senfu's sarcophagus.
Sinful?
Oh damn, you got a genie in that bottle? That could help too.
So what exactly are we gonna do here? What's the plan?
Oh. It's not pleasant being left.
What's her necklace? Why's it got the moon on it? Was that a gift from him or something?
I'm here for me and for everyone else who would die if Harrow succeeds.
Copy that.
You could have went about your business by yourself then. You didn't have to meet up with Mark. Unless you just using him. they having a good old time.
I've heard that sound since.
What's up with that owl on the front of the boat? They must be fans of Drake. That must be the Egyptian Drake. Oh, these are like Egyptian knights, minus the Moon Knight suit. But
Good to see you. He's looking forward to seeing you. After Madripoor, I'm sure you two will have a lot to talk.
Madripoor.
All right, what do you see?
Oh, the burial practices are in line with the Stundenwachen taxes.
Oh, he's gonna have to let Steven out.
Because the information has to be unlocked. It's coded.
Okay.
Oh, okay, he's helping though.
He's praying.
Sorry, if you expect my help, it's not going to be while I'm in prison.
Do you want a bloodbath?
Don't look at him. You making yourself look crazy.
Now, if you match those stars up with the other piece over there and put it all together, it should make a star.
Hey, what are you doing?
God damn. Come on now. Okay, Jason Bourne.
You really think I'm an idiot? Get on your knees.
Anton,
What?
stop!
Get on your knees.
It ain't that type of party. It ain't that serious. Just let him go.
That's interesting. It appears we have a concerned third party.
Uh-oh, is Arthur here?
Get up.
Are they in cahoots? Ooh.
Whatever they've told will prevent the wounds from your father's murder from reopening. But something stands in your way. Your husband doesn't tell you the truth.
Ooh. He killed her father?
Unworthy.
What was her father tied up in, though? I'm not sold on the fact that Mark is like a bad guy. I don't know yet, though. We'll see.
Do it. Summon the suit.
I love it. The little glow behind him.
Give them what they deserve.
Anton,
You gotta do something.
pit in Hatta. Acht. Hemera.
Bro, you gotta do something.
He's gone. Where is he?
Nice. Nice. That looks so good. And I love his little battering. Okay, so that reminded me a lot like Batman. Okay. But I think this is still Mark, since it's Moon Knight and not Mr. Knight. Ooh. I love his abilities. Thus far, what we've seen, I'm sure we still haven't scraped the tip of the iceberg, but I like it. What's this dude gonna do? Damn. Ooh. This dude grabbed the cape. What are you doing? Damn. Okay, so. I'm assuming that she's really capable of taking care of herself. I'm wondering if her father has something to do with this. Like he trained her when she was younger or something like that.
Give me the body, Mark.
Oh, he's giving it. He's giving it. Oh, okay. So yes. So every time Steven's in control, Mr. Knight is the transformation. When Mark's in control, Moon Knight. Got it. Ooh. Yeah, combat. At least, yeah, he's not too good at it. Damn. Damn. He's taking a lot of damage. Okay, okay. So that necklace does do something. Oh, it's just a weapon for her. Damn, that's death. She just killed somebody and they showed it. Okay, Disney. I'm gonna applaud you every time you show me something like that. Nice. I love seeing him run. It reminds me of Black Panther. Like he's got that same. I don't know if he gets any like obviously the suit and the possession or spirit itself gives him additional powers, but I wonder if it's anything similar to the Black Panther suit, or if just the powers have similarities.
Try that.
Maybe actually.
Taping it together. I guess that's your only option, but
No. Anything else?
they're putting together like the constellation of the stars. I was gonna say.
I summon the gods, you summon the worm. He won't return the body.
We can wait. It's okay. Just let go. I don't have time.
Damn, calm down, Mark. Okay, maybe you do got a little evil streak, a mean streak. He's gonna do it.
All right, go ahead. You're in.
Nice. They gotta trust each other at some point.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Look at, did you see the switch and like the emotion of his face? That was perfect. So stuff like this, puzzles and all that, he's gonna have to flip back to Steven for combat and stuff like that. He's gonna have to switch back to Mark. So they are gonna have to work in conjunction. I don't think one is gonna be dominant in all aspects of what they have to do, if that makes sense.
There's not a lot of landmarks in the desert, so they came up with a way to get about using the sun and the stars. It's bloody genius, isn't it?
Et voila.
Oh damn, she falling out of love with Mark, but falling in love with Steven. Okay.
Sure.
Why do I have a feeling Arthur's not far behind? You guys are gonna lead him right to.
I can turn back the night sky. It will come at a cost, and I cannot do it alone.
A cost? Like what? Will it take years off his life or something?
Stephen, when the gods imprison me, tell Mark to free me.
Okay. I wonder why he said tell Mark to free him. Maybe just because he's the one good at combat. Ooh, that's dope. So basically, just like time travel, huh? Look at the dude in the background. Oh shit! Like I said, he ain't far behind.
You brought this upon yourself, gotcha.
Yep, they're about to imprison him.
Feel my energy leaving.
Oh, hurry up, Layla. Damn. So he's trapped in that stone now. Ironically enough, it looked like the statue itself was already encased in stone, but it broke off as they were actually trapping him in stone. This dude's still walking on glass.
You were right about Honshu. And in the end, he left us no choice.
Is he gonna take it so Mark can't release him?
Now, he's tethered to this place. Like many before him.
So he's not the first one it happened to. What the hell is he calling the shots with gods? I got you set up. I got you locked away.
I want you to remember one thing.
They're both
Your
trying.
torment forged me. I owe my
Okay. I mean, they're both trying to help it. Oh, that was a good ending. That was a really good ending. I'm going to watch these credits and then we'll come back for the post-episode discussion and some of you guys' comments. Okay, so just watch the credits. I don't know if I've cut these episodes kind of early as I've been watching them. I'm hoping I haven't missed any in credit scenes or anything like that, but there was definitely not one at the end of this one. So another great episode. We got a lot of information again. I'm still trying to grasp on all these names, but okay, so we had Layla come back into play. She was getting the passport made at the beginning of the episode illegally. I'm wondering exactly. She did say it's been 10 years or something, so maybe hers just expired. But I'm wondering why she had to have it made illegally. I question whether maybe this is not her true identity, but I'm not sure. That's just me grasping at straws. We'll see exactly what plays out. We had some things confirmed as far as I asked whether the specific suits or spirits are connected to each identity. That does seems to be the case with Mark transforming into Moon Knight and Steven transforming into Mr. Knight. So that got confirmed for us. And then it looks like, well, we definitely have another identity or personality inside the body based off of, I asked this earlier in the episode, but that scene where they were kind of losing consciousness and flipping back and forth to different locations. When he looked at the bloody blade, and I think it was Mark who took over, he said, if you didn't do this, who did? So I'm assuming that's another personality. We'll just have to see who that is. I think we might find out in this upcoming episode. Now that Khonshu's gone, maybe this third personality has some more information on how things work with the body, how these powers work. Because based on what you guys have told me in the comment section, Mark is the main character of the body, or the true identity of this vessel, so to speak. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm wondering exactly what the crossover is between Mark and Layla's father. They hinted at the fact that possibly he killed her or killed him. And the fact that we found Mark, or that Khonshu took over the body when as like a corpse, as he said it in last episode. I'm wondering if maybe Mark just did something he regretted, or he was forced to do and then ended up possibly taking his own life, or maybe he was killed by these people that Layla interacts with. Because the lady, I don't know exactly what her relationship to her was. I don't think that was like mother or anything, but she said don't get tangled up with your old group of people or something like that. So obviously it's a bad bunch, a suspicious bunch, and they're into some things, criminal stuff, probably, especially with all this, things that they've been finding, because she's part of this. They kind of revealed that her father was an archaeologist. She fell into the same tree or the same profession. So that's what they do. That's what they've done for a while. So obviously the rest of her people are going to be looking for all the same things that Mark and Steven are looking for. So they're going to run into each other at some point, if they haven't already. These people that he fought on top of the rooftop, maybe those were some of the people that she used to deal with. We'll just have to see. Arthur came back into play. He has some type of pull with the gods. I don't know if it's just because he won that argument in the court, so to speak, against Khonshu, or if he had power for it prior to that, or maybe it's just because he was the former. Maybe he has some pull because Khonshu was banned, and they looked at Arthur as like a victim, so to speak, or maybe they found him to be good in comparison to Khonshu. I'm wondering if Arthur had something to do with Khonshu being banished. Like maybe he had him set up in some type of way. He seems to have taken like a 180 in terms of beliefs, him switching from Khonshu's belief to Amit's belief. Obviously it doesn't seem like the gods know that he's on Amit's side right now. Otherwise, I don't think they would help him. But I'm wondering exactly what caused that. He spoke to the stone statue of Khonshu and said that you basically made this happen. This is because of you. You're helping me gain the strength to go in this direction. So I don't know exactly what's gonna play out, but as far as they just found, or the power that they did with Khonshu at the end was really cool. Like I don't know if you call it like a time travel or time reveal, or because I don't think they're actually going back in time. They're just projecting something from a previous time, if that makes sense. So that was cool to see. I don't know exactly how they would be able to utilize that in the future, but we'll see. He's locked up, Khonshu, that is. He said Mark's gonna have to release him. I don't know. He seems to be in Arthur's possession right now. I don't know how he's gonna be able to get to him. I don't know. I don't know. Steven might stay in possession for a little while, since they're still dealing with the stars, and he's gonna have to give possession back to Mark. So I don't know how reluctant he'll be right away. I don't think he wants to get trapped in the mirror zone, so to speak, this soon. So we might have Steven for a while. I'm wondering what's gonna force this other personality to come out and show its head. I don't know. I'm kind of cycling through the timeline, just to briefly catch up on anything I may have missed speaking on. The love and music god that's helping out Moon Knight or Mark or Steven. I wonder what her deal is. Obviously, she doesn't have the same ideals as the other gods. I take it because Khonshu was banished because he wanted to interfere and helped out. So he's a little bit like Druid from the Eternals, like I related the group of gods to a little bit. And then what was her name? Hatar or something like that. The god of music and love. She. By the way, I wonder if she has any tie to like Thor or anything, but another thought. She seems to have the same ideals as Khonshu and agree with him in wanting to help humanity. So I'm wondering if she's possibly going to get banished before the end of this season, if we'll see her come into play anymore. We'll see. But those are just thoughts that are coming to mind. So great episode, like I said, but we're going to get into some of these comments like I promised, bars, because I know you guys gave me some info, obviously not on this episode, but let's get into it and see what you said about episode 2. First, we got my man Hill here gaming. You said, I wanted to speak to the identities that Moon Knight has based on the comic books. Okay, perfect. The source material. According to the comics, Moon Knight has as many identities as there are phases of the moon. Okay, so 8. In this case, the moon has 8 phases. Whether or not they'll show all 8 identities in this series is probably unlikely. I agree with that, mainly because we've only seen 2 thus far. I think initially I thought that Khonshu was an identity in itself, but they've kind of clarified that it's not the case. Steven is an identity, Mark is an identity, and Khonshu is its like own being as a god. You said, I heard, and then we have this third identity that I'm not sure exactly where he'll present himself, but I take it he'll be the last one we see in this season, mainly because we've seen 3 reflections in all the episodes to hint at another personality thus far. I heard they dumbed down the identities to make the character easier to understand for the uninitiated. I like that. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but I like it. I haven't watched the series yet, but I wonder from what you're describing with the missing time that the identities may in fact last as long as the phase of the moon. Got it. I appreciate it, Hill. Thank you for clarifying for me. We got Tin Man 0904. You said that suit was Mr. Knight. Yeah, this was the part I saw. That suit was Mr. Knight from the comics. In the comic, Mr. Knight was more of a detective type and less brutal. Okay, so I've heard Moon Knight being compared to Batman is one identity more similar to Batman or Bruce Wayne than the other, or is the whole character in general compared to Batman? I guess that's something you guys can clear up for me. The transformation to the traditional suit was hard. It was dope. I loved it. It was so seamless. And especially since I'm new to the character and I didn't see it coming, I just enjoyed that. It was great though. It has to be the best transformation in the MCU. I agree with that, probably pretty easily, because I think even on record in first episode, maybe even in the trailer, I said it. This is my favorite suit out of all of them. The Black Panther one's dope. I don't know if we'll get to see it again, unfortunately. R.I.P. Chadwick, but I love this suit, and I'm wondering if I briefly asked about it in this episode, if he has any ties to Black Panther or Wakanda. I don't know why, but his powers just seem, it was I think it's the the fact that we've seen so much purple in this show. We've seen purple from like the staff that Arthur's using, and then just his movements in general, the way the suit forms to his body. It just reminds me of Black Panther a little bit. I wonder if they'll use this character. Obviously, you can't replace Black Panther with Moon Knight, the completely opposite sides of the spectrum, not just in color, but I wonder if they'll use him as someone we could kind of fill the void with, just from a power or ability aspect. But I like where they're going with this character so far. Scan the QR code at the storage locker and you'll get to read of Moon Knight. Nice thing Marvel has put it. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's dope. I will do that. Episode 2, right? I'll have to go back and see. But yeah, I haven't read any Moon Knight comics or any comics at all. So that's something I want to take advantage of. Actually, I was gonna say let me know what comic they give you, but I'm just gonna do it. So appreciate you letting me know that little tidbit. We got Odysseus Nemo. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but let's get into your comment. You said just call me just call me Nemo. You got it, my man. Everyone does. Okay. You said in the comics we observe 3 main alters of Moon Knight: Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley. Okay, so it's looking like that's who that probably is the next identity we're gonna see. Okay, cool. So maybe a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't mind it because it's just a name, so we still got to learn about him. But that does kind of clarify and let me know that there is definitely going to be another alter ego or alter. I should have known that based on all the reflections and knowing that Khonshu isn't, or Moon Knight isn't one of the spirits or identities, so to speak. So thank you for clearing that up. You said Moon Knight and Mr. Knight that you've met this episode is sometimes treated as another identity, but in the new run, it's been shown as simply a costume. Khonshu is not part of that. Okay, yep, you're clearing that up too. System, he's an external force that possessed Mark, granting him some of his powers. Early issues of the comics made it ambiguous whether or not Khonshu, or Honshu, I should start saying, was real or not. But okay, so Honshu could possibly be like a figment of his imagination, you mean? But the new ones lean towards him being an actual god. Okay. To address one of the previous comics, yes, they are changing some things about Stephen Grant in the comics. Stephen is a billionaire film producer who funds most of Moon Knight's tech, and so he plays a huge role in the comics. I wonder why they changed it that much. Who's gonna be responsible for his gadgets and stuff like that now? Will he just make them himself? You know what? They could do it to where one of the other Avengers has to play a role in developing his tech now. Banner, I wanted to say Stark so bad, but we don't have him anymore. Even Spider-Man could play a role. Wakanda, maybe. That's a possibility of how we get him introduced into the MCU. Okay, so you just raised some questions. I appreciate that. Gadgets. I think the show changed it to a more obvious audience, or oblivious audience, stand in for exploring Mark's origin story and avoid the Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark comparison. Got it. That makes sense too. In this episode, we also see that Mark was not snapped by Thanos. His passport was issued in December 2018. Okay, good catch. I did not see that, so thank you for pointing that out. And the snap happened a few months before that. As for Steven liking the same thing as Layla, it's not uncommon for altars to be modeled after other people. Okay, so that makes sense too. That was something that I had already previously kind of conceived of this disorder, but I just don't know all the facts. I don't have enough familiarity with the topic, just to spew facts, but that's something I assumed, and I'm glad you cleared that up for me. So I think I asked it when he was saying like that was his favorite book or author, and then Layla said the same thing. So I can expect to hear that from or more from him and his other identities probably. Okay, thank you. A common misconception about DID is that there can be evil altars. See Fight Club, Jekyll and Hyde, or Sam Raimi's Green Goblin. I love that comparison or that example. The purpose of altars is to protect the body and deal with trauma that one mind couldn't handle. There are altars that are more acute and violent prone than others, but they don't commit crimes on purpose. Okay, so only when they have to. So I take it that Mark seems to start the series off. It seemed like Mark was a violent one, but I don't think that's the case. The more and more we see him, he kind of only does it when he has to. Steven is more the pacifist, but who did you say his name was? Identities. You said his name was Jake Lockley. He seems to be the violent type. So I don't know exactly what we're going to get into this next episode, but we'll see. Others, but Avatar is a concept originating from Hinduism during the time of crisis. Whenever there's a need for a savior. Okay, a god would descend onto Earth by either possessing a mortal body or creating a body for himself and being born like a regular mortal. Okay, so yeah, stuff like this I love to hear just because I'm not familiar with the Egyptian mythos and lore, and it just helps me not only understand that, I just like you guys giving me the knowledge, but also to understand this character a little bit more. That mortal is then both their own body and the god. To make it a bit more comprehensible, one could argue Jesus was an avatar of the Abrahamic God. Got it. I love that info you guys give me. Thank you, Nemo, again. We got Lemur Huzza. You said came for Vox. Appreciate you. Welcome over to Moon Knight. Stayed for this. I find it funny how two fun shows this year had bird-headed vengeance monsters. That is funny. Yep, Percy and Honshu. That is a weird coincidence, but I guess great mind or great writers think alike. So, or great producers, whatever you want to say about it. But it's been fun thus far. In both shows I've enjoyed. So I think I gave Vox a 10 out of 10, and this is well on its way. This is on its way to being my best or favorite series out of the bunch. I know I said I like Falcon a lot. I like the beginning of WandaVision, but every season has hit on the same level for me, I think, of Moon Knight so far, and I take it they're only going to ramp it up from here. So we're 3 for 3 so far. So thank you, Lemur. Paul Howard, you said damn typo meant Anubis. Okay, got it. I figured you did. I appreciate you correcting yourself though. Thank you for the comment regardless. I know I'll see you in the next one too, because you're always in my comment section, at least for these videos. So I appreciate you. Don't take it too hard. Damn typos get me all the time. So I'm sure even if I respond when I'm not like in video and I type out to you, it's going to be something that I misspell or Android misspells for me. So next comment, we got Brandy Anderson. Welcome back. I think I saw you on Vox. I forget which reaction you came over on. I think it was Vox, but I remember your picture with the little pups. Pre-reaction points. Arthur doesn't really have anything to do with the museum. I think he just has a widespread of followers. He probably put in strategic areas like having someone work for the museum. Okay, in case and a different artifact came in, or like how he has the two cops in this episode. Got it. Okay, so that makes sense to me. Widespread supporters. So he doesn't. I was thinking that maybe he owned the the museum in some type of way, or was like I don't know, someone in higher power that had influence over the museum. But it doesn't seem that way. He just has a huge following that is willing to do whatever he says because they believe in Ahmed as well. I wonder if there's any possession that takes place with these supporters, or brainwashing, or is it just that they really believe in these ideals that Ahmed presents in Arthur in that aspect too. So the hieroglyphs were always in the bathroom. So they were. I just didn't catch them, I guess, until they lit up. I think they just kind of lit up when Mark became Moon Knight. And also, if you look at the mirror, you're correct. There's only Mark in the reflection of on his side, but also when he takes over, you can see all the reflections. Okay, I'll have to go back and watch that because I didn't notice that when it happened. None of them are reflecting the change into Moon Knight. Okay. So was there not a reflection of Moon Knight at all? I'll definitely have to go back and rewatch that. I think Moon Knight would more likely be introduced through, Black Panther. Okay, so they do have a connection. Because I'm going to take your word for it, because it seems like you know what you're talking about. Black Panther, because in Egyptian mythology, Khonshu is brother to Bast. I'm not familiar with Bast. Have we seen him in the Black Panther movie? Bast led, or maybe in Second Avengers, Ultron. Bast led the Wakandans to the heart-shaped herb and has been mentioned in several movies. Okay, because it does sound familiar, but I can't recall off the top of my head when we heard it. If you don't see that as too much of a spoiler, you can tell me exactly if you remember what moments we heard it in. Because I always love going back, or even because it's a lot of movies to rewatch. I love going back just to see things that they relate back to the movies in these shows. So I might just go back just to see those specific scenes. Bast led the Wakandans to the heart-shaped herb and has been mentioned in several movies, and even maybe that's where I remember from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. To move away from the Batman comparisons, the show took Steven from the billionaire Bruce Wayne type to what we are seeing in the show. Got it. Thank you for that, Brandy. You got another one. Post reaction. Perfect. You said that's a feature of some large storage unit facilities. Especially if they have the lights, and it's creepy as hell. You damn right, it's creepy. If a storage unit I needed had that feature, and I was searching around for storage units, unless the price is extremely cheap, I'm going somewhere with 24-hour lights. I want to know what's in the locked unit they held on for a second during Steven's run from Khonshu. I'll have to go back. That's something else I missed. How many times did you watch this episode? Maybe I wasn't paying attention, or I was talking throughout that scene too much, which I tend to do. So, and you guys need to point it out if I am. But I'll definitely have to go back and see what happened or what I missed there. I don't think Mark killed the archaeologist in Egypt. I think that he was another victim, but Khonshu found him before he died. Okay. So, you think... I don't know, because I take it that the way they painted the picture, and the way Mark reacted to it, I'm thinking that he had something to do with the death of Layla's father. Maybe he did, and then some of his supporters or his friends returned the favor and took him out, and then that's when Khonshu had to intervene and bring him back. Or maybe this Jake Lockley guy did it, and Mark just has... Well, then he wouldn't really have knowledge of it if Jake did it, right? Because they don't share memories, I don't believe. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. Knowing Ethan Hawke, I skipped Egypt. Khonshu found him before he died, and Mark agreed to Khonshu's avatar in return for his life being saved. Knowing Ethan Hawke based his portrayal of Arthur Harrow off of David Koresh, the leader of the branch Davidians. I'm not familiar with that cult. Behind the Wacko siege, I've heard that, but I don't know what it's all about. just adds another layer to the creepiness factor. I think Honshu is mostly the threat of Leia, or using the threat of Layla against Mark. That's what I think at this point. But we have seen that Layla exhibits characteristics that are similar to Mark's. So I think he would possibly, yeah. And she, like I said, she can defend herself really well. So I'm wondering exactly where she learned that from. I take it her dad, or maybe the group that he was associated with, or maybe she fell into a bad group after the passing of her dad that taught her all these skills. But we'll see. Make her a good avatar if he lost Mark. I could be wrong, but I think Mark was talking about Steven getting in the way of Mark completing his last mission. Also, Stevens are angering Khonshu and led Arthur to Mark and the Scarab. True, I didn't take that into account when I was asking that question in the last reaction. Mark said the altar with the body is becoming stronger. I think until that point, Mark was giving control to Steven, similar to someone living as their alias while undercover. Yeah, and we saw that in this episode as well. And I like that aspect. I don't know if it's the exact same in the comic, but it looks like that the way this show is playing out, Mark isn't all of a sudden, or maybe at no point, is going to become a master of archaeology. So things like that with history, where they have to kind of like pull research from the top of the dome, he's going to have to switch to Steven. Or if Steven's willing to just give him the information, he could do that too. But I feel like that's going to be a thing with the character, where they use their strength as leverage just to get time in the body, or controlling the body. And I like that about this show and the character. Mark stronger. I think that point Mark was giving control to Steven, similar to someone living as the alias while undercover, but now Steven has been fighting Mark like we saw in episode 1. I also have to add, I think there is at least a third. Yep, I think so too, especially, well, kind of confirmed in this episode, and it seems like it's that Jake character that Nemo spoke on. Second altar, and the show has been dropping hints, often seeing 3 reflections in the mirrors. Exactly. And I think the third is who asked out the tour guide. Okay, that could be possible. I thought it was Mark initially because he just had the confidence, but it would make sense that that's not the case, since we know now that Mark is the husband to Layla. And I just kind of connected that dot. So there definitely has to be a third, and you're probably right in assuming that this Jake character is the one that asked her out. From what I understand, as someone who has not read the comics, Mr. Knight takes on a more detective role compared to Moon Knight's. Okay, so yes, so Moon Knight's combat, and Mr. Knight is more detective. Okay. Perfect. Thank you for laying that out for me. Looks like the show is heading towards Steven being more in charge of calling Mr. Yep. And that makes sense with the acquisitive nature, and the fact that he has a different sense of justice than Mark Moon Knight. Yep, you hit the nail on the head as far as that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to stay tuned into your comments. I'm gonna read all of them, but you definitely seem like you have, I know you said you don't really read the comics, but you're inquisitive on your own right, and it seems to like you know what you're talking about. So I'm definitely gonna have to tune in, especially like right after these episodes when I have all these questions. But I kind of want to keep reading yours in the video, so I'll just try to hone in a little bit more, so I catch up and catch the things you've been catching. But I'm definitely going to tune into your comments every time. Them, you said Egyptian mummy god equals Power Rangers morphing abilities. Good job, director, figuring out. You seem like you're a comic book reader too. Giving kudos for what they're doing with the show. Mark plus God equals Moon Knight and fighter personality. Got it. I was kind of oblivious to it before, but now after this episode, it definitely cleared some things up, and you are too. Steven figuring stuff out, detective and timid personality, and Mr. Knight other personalities depending if they want to use them or not. It looks like we'll use this Jake character, but if they have more phases of the moon, like you said in the previous comment, 8, you said, I think we'll only get 3 in this season. So maybe we'll explore those other personalities in the next season. And I would assume with all these different personalities, each one could end up at a point having their own type of adversary or enemy based on what they've done in the past. So we'll see how that plays out. Also, each personality doesn't know about each other. Okay, perfect. So that clears it up. So yeah, they don't even know that they exist, let alone share memories. So yeah, this Jake character, I guess Steven and Mark know of each other now because they're actually interacting and speaking to each other. But unless they're interacting on that level, they have no idea of the other, and have their own lives unless someone triggered them to interact with each other, like through the mirror. Perfect. Got it. Thank you, them. I appreciate it. A bunch of great comments on this video. I know I already replied to some, so sorry you guys aren't in the video, but maybe next or future video you will be. I appreciate it. That's all the comments for this one. That's the whole reaction. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new, like I said, hit that subscribe button, join the island. We'll be back here weekly for videos. Check out my other videos, reactions while you're waiting. I'll catch you in the next Moon Knight episode 4. Y'all know how I feel about that number 4, and I know it's gonna be a banger. So I'll catch you back here for that one. Deuces.